A piece of advice to all of us. Whenever we come to read the Holy Bible, every chapter of the Bible has that opening key. I've said this before and I say it again. When a professional musician comes to play a piece of music, they give that musician a chart. They put that chart in front of them. At the very beginning, the chart is full of black notes. But there is one key that is in red at the very start. Before you go into the notes, there is one key that is in red. The professional musician looks at that key that is in red, and by looking at the key, he or she, they know straight away what kind of a scale they will be playing in. And since they know what kind of a scale, they will know exactly what kind of notes are expecting coming their way. This is when you are professional. If you do not look at the key and guess what you are playing, you will ruin the whole chart. It is exactly the same principle here. Every chapter in the Holy Bible, unless we use the right key, unless we read the right key, unless we open that book with the right key, we will misinterpret the entire book. It is absolute disastrous. And this is why so many false teachings came on board, and especially in recent years. Why? Because the key was misread, misinterpreted, and lost altogether. When we come to the Gospel according to Saint John, knowing that the key is one word, which is the title of our topic today, the Logos. The Logos. When we come to this key and we unlock this Gospel, by knowing the Logos, we'll understand what is written in the entire Gospel according to Saint John. Our topic today is somewhat theological. So if some of us have ever asked, what is theology? What is it like to study theology? Well, we'll get a glimpse of it today and a taste of it, and maybe it is for you, maybe it's not. But there is a taste of theology. Why? Because this gospel in its entirety, which consists of 21 chapters, it is all about the divinity of Christ. That's why when you compare the gospel according to Saint John to the other three gospels, Matthew, Mark and Luke, you will see the way the Gospel of John is written. It is totally different to the other three gospels. Totally different. When somebody comes without knowing how the Holy Bible is structured, they will say there is a discrepancy here. Because how come these disciples of Jesus, they write so different to one another? Didn't they follow the same master? Yes, they did, my dear friend. But you need to understand on how to unlock the key to every chapter and to every gospel. Now, Matthew, Mark and Luke, they are referred to as the synoptic gospels. Synoptic means they have similar stories. Matthew's written something, Luke has written similar to Matthew, and Mark has also mentioned it as well to somewhat degree. Synoptic means similarities. Gospel of John, nothing to do with the other three, totally different. Why? Because since the Gospel of John is addressing Christ as the divine, as God revealed in the flesh, then what is there to compare God with? Nothing. The language that talks about God will be totally different, because God is the only unique being that exists on his own, by himself, and he is the only creator of everything and everyone. Even though it's not our topic, but we hear this: God is perfect. We've heard this before, haven't we? God is perfect.